Hey, how you doing? Got some images to show you here from July 18th, 2019. Something I wanted to point out in this particular photograph here. This was 116 millimeters, okay, for 1 second. And of course, it's been cropped and enlarged here so we can see what we're looking at. But what I wanted to point out here is this appendage right here that appears like a flagellum that you might see on a bacteria and a microscope, that some bacteria and things like that use that as a locomotion uh, you know device. I don't think that's what's going on here, but it certainly does remind me of that. And notice it's got kind of a square shape to it. Now this is an actual photograph, and I'll show you the video here. And what I did was, it's not that good, but what happened is, it's like, if when you get zoomed out really far, which is what I did this time. I was just really intent on at least capturing a close-up of whatever this thing was at a distance while it was traveling through the air. And like I said, when you zoom out that far, you really narrow the width of your vision. When you do that, it's like taking a microscope and looking at the top of a table. You know what I'm saying? You're only getting one small little portion at a time, and if you move that microscope or you move that telephoto lens slightly at all, you're completely off target. So I'll just show you what I did at least manage to get with the telephoto lens run out to about 700 millimeters. Now, what I noticed about this object as it was going by was it actually changed size too. Let me see if I can run it. I'm not real good at computers, but let me see if I can show you that again here without screwing it up too bad. Now, see, that thing was traveling from the right to the left, and I was trying to track it with that lens wound way out there. And this is a screen grab of what I did manage to get. And again, this looks like, to me, that flagellum type part of the object. That's my best guess at the what it could possibly be. For instance, I mean, some people are all wound up thinking that these are demons and all that kind of stuff. Now I know the Bible says there'll be signs and wonders in the heavens in the last days. And I don't want to get too far off the track here, but I think these are machines or life forms of some type. I mean, you want to talk demons, you know, people come to mind when they smile in your face and then stab you in the back. That's my idea of people being demonic, or you know what I'm saying. I just don't think these are demons flying around the air. I think they're life forms of some kind, or they're machines of some kind. So, but what I wanted to point out with this right here, I seriously doubt that this would be an airplane, because this would be the left wingtip, and it should be red. You know what I'm saying? And there's no indication of any red to this object as it was flying by. Now this here is what I did, was put that image that I just showed you through a filter so I could show you what was going on in the inside of it here. And to me, that's got to be some kind of quasi particles or material being held together with a magnetic field, is what I'm thinking. If it's not a life form, in other words, then it's got to be a machine. And if it's a machine, it has to work somehow. So I mean, I'm really waffling between life form and machines. Again, here you can clearly see that flagellum type uh, part of the object. And here I see what appears to be, to me, these striations right here. Looks like where a magnetic field would be changing polarities inside this quasi-material, or the quasi-material, I guess, would actually be in the magnetic field, and that's the object put through a filter. Look at that. That's why I zoomed all the way out so I could see what it is that's flying along. There were no other lights except for a singular light blinking as it went. So what this object is or was, I just don't know. And that's that image right there put through a filter. And you can see, in my opinion, the different layers of magnetic field running through it. And it seems to be being held together. See right here? It looks like right here, if it is a physical object, as far as a machine goes, you've got to have some kind of connection, I guess, right? I mean, I don't know just how far advanced they've gotten these days with whatever there is that they're working with. Again, here is the object lit up again, and it seems to be going from smaller to larger, and there's no indication of red on this side of the craft, so it's not an airplane. And you can kind of see when you're looking at this here, it's got like that soccer ball sort of a shape to it, you know what I'm saying? Just like that there. That's got a lot of energy on the inside of it there. And it's in a containment field, as far as I can tell. If it's a machine, it's being held together somehow. And if it's a life form, it's just, pretty amazing. These are actual photographs here. They're not screen grabs. And this is what I'm talking about, that flagellum. Now, this is in 1 second at 250 millimeters. And here it's gone red, but it was going from, in this particular series of photographs, it was going from the left to the right. So this should be green if it's a wingtip light, and it shouldn't be any kind of a yellow color for any reason. So, again, I'm going from the life form to the machine. I just keep waffling back and forth here. You've got a double light there on that, you don't have aircraft strobes that close together. And so I'm not sure if it is the same object in that photograph there, or if it's going so fast and blinking so fast that it appears to be two objects within a 1 second time frame. Now this here may well be an airplane at a distance, flying along, because this is 250 millimeters. So it could be an airplane just flying in this direction, right? But the color is right for this being the left wingtip. It would be red, but the thing about it is it would be on the whole time. And if this is the right wingtip, it should be green all the time, and it shouldn't have any red in that green avoidance light there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what that is. But here again, this is 250 millimeters, and this one here, there's 3 of them. And I don't know if it's the same object 3 times, changing colors as it went, or if it's 3 different ones traveling along at the same time. So this is a little bit of a close-up on it. So it just got too many colors in it to be, an airplane, in my opinion. And like I said, this is one of the screen grabs from that earlier video. And to me, if I'm thinking in the mindset that it's a machine of some kind, then here would be what I call the vortex generator that's creating, a magnetic field perhaps, that this quasi-material is made out of, and this is creating the magnetic field. And these are the resonance lines of that magnetic field, and these particles are being held together by that. And, of course, it's got an outside shell and an inner core separated here with two different magnetic fields. And if it's a life form, then, geez, you got me there. This would be where the flagellum that was in the earlier photographs would be coming out. But I sort of don't think that it's using that for propulsion. This thing is just zooming along. So, I mean, it's almost like looking into a drop of pond water at times. You know what I'm saying? If these are not machines, then they're just simply some kind of life form flying along. And I don't think they're demonic. I just think they're, a wonder. That's all. And I kind of have fun photographing them. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. I kind of ramble on, I know, but appreciate you watching anyway. So be sure and take care out there. Thanks again.